This is something totally different than what we've ever done on Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. Stay tuned.
I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening.
Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer. And coming up, you're going to see something, like I said in the intro, a lot different than anything we've ever shown on Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. Some of you might hate it. Some of you might love it. But I debated on whether to do this, and I decided I'm going to do it. You know, we've done 237 episodes. And sometimes you get episodes that are different than others. Well, this might just be one of those episodes where it's just a little different than what we usually do. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about my other company, The Shift. I co-founded The Shift with Brad Pickett early summer of 2023. And The Shift is a body, mind, and spirit, all-encompassing approach to designing the life that you want. And The Shift came about because there was a missing element in Code Red, and there was a missing element in my life. And we created The Shift because it is all-encompassing. It's a one-stop shop. Now, with Code Red only, we deep dive into just the body. You can lose 10% of your body weight every month without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. But with The Shift, you're going to notice that we cover all the components. And the reality is you're never going to be able to keep your weight off if you don't tackle the mind component that is missing in Code Red. So this is the Shift VIP program. And you're going to notice that it is exactly like the Code Red VIP program, except it includes the mind and the spirit component that is missing from Code Red. So this is the presentation that Brad and I did on stage to roll out our Shift VIP program. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take advantage of it. It's a great program. And like I said, it's all encompassing. So it's not only going to have all the components of the Code Red of losing the weight and getting healthy physically, but it's going to tackle the missing component, which is the mindset. I am not good at mindset, and Brad is. And he developed the mindset side of this. So now you've got a one-stop shop with Shift VIP. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I'll talk to you soon.
Please welcome to the stage Brad Pickett and Cristy Code Red.
Wait. All right, guys, welcome. Welcome to How to Accelerate Your Shift and Create the Life of Your Dreams. I know that's what everybody wants. They want Amazon Prime fast. I mean, that's what everybody wants, right? That's why we're all here, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. We've got the answer for you, so we're excited that you're here with us. This is gonna be great. Who's excited? Is everybody excited? Yeah, let's see. Comment below if you are excited. Let's hear. Hey, you know what? Comment below where you're from. We want to see like what part of the country that you're watching from.
Yeah, lots of new faces in the audience and lots of familiar faces as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this thing started. What do you say?
Yeah, let's get going. I don't think anybody wants to wait on this.
All right, guys. So Cristy gave you the title of our talk today, but we want to talk to you a little bit about some of the things you might be struggling with, like why you have not hit your goals in the past. Why is it not easy, right?
Yeah.
Why do people struggle with that?
Most people don't hit their goals.
No, they don't, actually. That's
It's
true.
really sad.
Yep. We also want to talk about, we know that even the thought of achieving success for you guys can be daunting. Some people have self-worth issues. Some people don't believe they deserve it. And that can be challenging when you even go to set the goals because you think, what if I don't achieve them?
Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of people that are hung up on this for sure.
And the powers that be do not want you to be free and powerful. So guys, this one really hits home for me. I mean, I think in this day and age, we realize that there are some nefarious people that are unfortunately running this country and the world for that matter. And their job is to keep you held down, not making enough money, just barely to survive. And that's partly why we created the shift, guys, to help you rise up and out of that.
Well, I think a lot of people have a hard time with that one, too. They don't think that there are people out there that are kind of out to get them, you know?
You know, recently I feel like more people understand that now
they do.
with what's happened in the last couple of years.
They
So
do.
the awareness level has risen,
Yeah.
and it's time for the shift. Okay, guys, well, if you do believe that there are powerful people that are trying to hold you down, I want to tell you, number one, that you're right. They have worked very hard to hide you from your innate true power. And what that is the ability to create. You don't see that written anywhere, but it is your strongest ability through your imagination and through your thoughts. A lot of you that are in this shift right now understand how this works, and you've got to ask yourself, why has this been hidden from us? It's literally taken out of text. It's taken out of the Bible, and it's for people to stay in power and to keep you down. So that's what the shift is for, is to rise back up out of that.
I definitely have felt a little bit of this in the past, and I thought I was crazy. And you're not crazy. It's not you thinking, God, am I nuts here? No, you're right. We'll prove it to you.
And also, we're going to talk to you a little bit how you may feel like you don't deserve a great life. A lot of people suffer from shame, guilt, fear. All this stuff is dogma that was been put into us throughout our lives, sometimes by our parents, sometimes by religion, sometimes by ourselves as well, right?
Yeah, but by the education system.
Education system, exactly. We want to show you guys that you do deserve a great life. And as a matter of fact, you have an obligation to go out and make that life so you can be the most to all of those people around you that are relying on you. Oh, boy.
I love that. I love this picture. I love that picture.
It's kind of funny. Cristy does think she can knock me out, and I think we did a Facebook poll.
Look.
And 9 out of 10 people were like, yeah, Cristy will knock Brad out for sure. I will mention now and probably later in the presentation as well that Cristy is an ex-professional boxer, yet I still don't think she can take me. What do you guys think?
It's speed. Speed is power. If I can surprise him, I can get him. If I can surprise
That's
him.
probably true. Yeah. If I get her on the ground, it's game over. But guys, we wanted to put this in here kind of as a joke. You know, maybe, I don't know, if you pay us enough, maybe we'll fight.
Yeah,
It's not a bad
right.
idea. You said you might get back in the ring.
That's right. I don't know if I want any of that, though.
The truth of the matter is, though, that life continually knocks us down, guys. Like, going back to reality here, I mean, you try so hard, you do everything you're supposed to do, and, your feet just get pulled out from underneath you. And we recognize that. It's happened to us. We're going to tell you our stories today, and you're going to see how you can rise above that and how you might even, this might be hard for you, but you might even be creating it.
Ooh. Boy, that's a hard one to hear. I've heard that before, and I still have a hard time believing that it could be could be me doing it to myself.
Well, actually, that's the only way it can happen.
That is the only way.
We're going to get more into that in just a second. So the good news about that, guys, is even though that sounds harsh, it also means you have the power through personal responsibility to rise up and out of any situation that you are currently in.
Yeah.
So real quick, results disclaimer, we are going to probably not be dumping a bucket load of cash on your driveway, although a lot of our shifters or our creators have.
Man.
Talk about this first one.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have heard me tell this before, but when I first met Brad, timing is everything, and that's why this is so fortuitous that you are watching this right now, because it's your time. It was my time to meet Brad in the time of my life that I did, but the first thing I did was I laughed. I laughed at the idea of all this. I didn't realize that this was all true. I didn't know, and all the years leading up to me meeting him, I thought it was just hippity-dippity, bogus bullcrap. And then for some reason, when I did meet you, you were so patient with me, and you just kept just easing me into it, kind of like what we've done with you guys. And finally, I started accepting it.
Yeah, like we said before, guys, this isn't written. It used to be written everywhere. It used to be in text. It used to be in the Bible. It used to be everywhere. But it's not written anywhere anymore. So we are in a state of not knowing this, and you have to realize that. But guys, for me, I proved this to myself that it works. I use the very protocol that some of you have already learned and what we're going to be talking about today to generate $1 million in less than a year using this very shift protocol that we're going to talk about. And we just want to tell you that, hey, results will vary.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people have a lot of super cool stuff. You're going to see a lot of our testimonies and stuff today as well. But hey, you may generate new relationships. You may lose weight.
Yeah,
Talk
a ton
about
of weight.
that.
A ton of weight. I know a lot of you guys are watching, and this is something you've been shifting for, and it can absolutely happen. You're in the right place for that.
And even though we said we will not be dumping money on your driveway, we did have one person that shifted for $75,000 in the first 7 days.
I just can't believe that. I
That's
mean, I can, but it's hard to wrap my head around. That's a lot of money, you guys.
It's a lot of money, so that's great. So the bottom line is, guys, the shift works. You're in the right place. And here's actually, this is I don't know if this was a guy or a girl because we crossed the top out, but basically you can see the testimony of how they received $75,000.
I mean, you can see it right there. We screenshotted it for you so that we didn't just type it in the box. To somebody, $75,000, guys. And the actual money doesn't matter. It's the fact that they shifted for it and it happened.
Came into their life. All right,
Yeah.
So you might be asking yourself, who's this for? Am I in the right place? And I want to answer that before we get too far. Maybe this isn't for you. If it's not, you're welcome to turn it off after this slide. But who this is for is anyone that is committed, and I do mean committed, guys, because this does require you to take action and to be committed to making a positive change in their life. So if you're one of those people that wants change but doesn't want to really do anything, you're not committed, this probably isn't for you. I mean, it's not just like a magic, put on your headphones and all of a sudden a truckload of cash comes to your driveway. It doesn't work quite like that. But this also is the easiest way to bring things into your life that you will ever see, and I stand by that. So it's for anyone that's committed. It's also for anyone who knows that there is more in store for them and wants to learn how to unlock it without feeling fear, shame, and guilt.
And that was me. I knew there was more in store for me.
Yep.
I just didn't know. I didn't know how. I didn't know what. I just felt like there. And I know that you're thinking that because I've talked to many of you in person even. And I've had long-standing relationships with you guys. And we've built relationships with you over the last month. And we know that you feel this too. And you don't know how. You don't know what to do. And you're in the right place because that's what we're going to go over.
Absolutely. Okay, so my goal for this web class, our goal is to show you the only way for you to achieve the life of your dreams is through a proven protocol. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but it's also the only proven protocol that there is the shift protocol, guys. And you may say, well, how do people be successful that don't have the shift? They're actually doing this. They're just doing it subconsciously. That kind of happened to you a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of happened to me.
But the shift protocol, no matter who you find that's been successful, when they learn this stuff, they're like, oh, yeah. Well, that's what I did, right? So we've bottled that up for you guys, made it into something that's digestible, and it works.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Also, having a coach for accountability, guys, is key, and that's going to ensure your success. I could never have gotten, and we'll talk about this a little later, where I am today without a coach. And we have to have accountability. I don't know anybody. Maybe like those guys that live in the Alaska bush, like in the Brooks Range of Alaska. Come on, my Nature Valley, my nature TV show people. Those people that are just self-motivated. It's like 2 people in the world. Everybody needs accountability, and most everybody needs a coach.
Tell you what, those people are actually taking the arrows in their back. They're living based off of like life and death, right? But there is a shortcut, and a lot of people say, "Hey, man, there's no shortcuts in business," and I tend to agree with that. But there is one shortcut, guys, and that is finding somebody that has done what you want to do and hiring them as a mentor. So
well, I used to say, real fast before we keep going, you got to have hard work. It's all about hard work. And I was,
Doesn't hurt, but
I certainly am. I'm an Idaho farm kid. Like, of course I'm a hard worker. I thought I was doing the right, you happen to be one too. But it wasn't the only thing that it takes. And I just always think back. I wish I would have known this years ago. I could have been so much further along, but here we are.
Yep, that's a shortcut, guys. Being coachable and getting a coach. Okay, so why should you listen to us? Besides the fact that Cristy has the most awesome hair in the world, hands down.
You want to touch it? You want to touch my hair?
I mean, I don't want to mess it up. Will it shock me or something?
Right. No, it's perfect, isn't it? It cooperated tonight.
Yeah, that's good. No comment. All right, so you can talk about me.
I want to talk about Brad a little bit. I think that he has a very impressive bio. You know, he is an actual Idaho farm kid raised on a potato farm, which I think is really great because from an early age, his folks had him working hard. And you guys know how I feel about hard work. I really have a lot of respect for someone who has really gotten down and dirty. But from an early age, he had this entrepreneurial spirit, and you've always dabbled in running your own businesses and entrepreneur stuff. I do love the fact that I'm going to say served. I don't think that he's probably going to like that, but served full-time as a firefighter for 6 years in his hometown. And I think that's remarkable. An EMT firefighter, as someone who has really was willing to lay down his life for a stranger. And you just don't have a lot of people out there that have a heart of gold like you. But you're a high-level earner. You've reached just this great level. You're a published author. So a lot of really great things here. You come to the table with quite a bit more than just great hair.
Well, thank you. It's always easier to have someone else talk about you. So I'm going to talk about Cristy now for just a second, even though she could probably talk about herself pretty well too.
Oh,
right?
That nice little jab. All right, that's the only jab he's going to get at me. That's okay.
Okay, so Cristy is an amazing person, guys. I mean, she has came from nothing to all the way to being a 10-figure earner. She's actually got me beat on that, just barely. 10-figure earner. I know money's not everything, but man, when you can do that, it just shows that you can stick to something, that you can work hard for a long period of time. She's an ex-professional boxer. And, you know, if you know anything about those type of sports, you know, I used to race motocross as well, and it takes a lot of courage. And courage is huge, even in the shift, guys, having the courage to make the move, to step into that bigger life. She has that. That's what makes her an amazing leader. 7-time author, public speaker, lots of awards from Russell Brunson, from ClickFunnels. And I know I'm probably forgetting like half of the stuff.
That's pretty good.
But she's
pretty good.
Yeah, she's legit, man. So
thank you.
You know, for me to be able to work with you is truly an honor, and I really do mean that. And so, you know, it's when we came together, it was the perfect mix. She had what I didn't have, and I had what she didn't have. So.
Yeah.
So here we are up on the stage. So we've got a couple of pictures to show you guys. Let's see here. Oh, there she is in the ring. Okay, yeah. So, and then what is that award? Tell us about that award.
Yeah, that is the highly coveted 10X award. So that is an award that shows I earned $10 million in one area of my business. Just one product in Code Red earned $10 million, and I had 3 other products that each earned $1 million. I need to go back to the bank account, see if I have more. Since I own.
Yeah, when you're at the bank, grab me some stuff.
Yeah,
too.
Right.
All right, guys. So this is me with Grant Cardone. He's one of my mentors. I've partnered with him in business.
Incredible.
And, you know, that's just an example of me sharing the stage with Grant and how much you can learn from him. And actually, a quick thing on Grant Cardone is I don't even know if he knows about the shift, to be honest with you, but he has done, like I told you guys, people that don't even know about that are successful. Grant Cardone has $5 billion in real estate.
With a B.
Yeah, and he's worth like, I don't know, probably 1.5 billion now. So anyway, he has done the shift protocol. I've heard him talk about what he does in the morning and the night, and it's the same thing we do in the shift, guys. So just another great example that it works. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't always like this. So both Cristy and I have had years of struggle. You see me here. I mean, this is down in San Diego, and, you know, wearing a face like everything's all good. I'm actually tailgating at a Charger game, looking happy. But inside, guys, I did not feel good. I was struggling to make money. I was struggling to build relationships. I just didn't have anything figured out. And we want you guys to know that wherever you're at in life, we started in that same place and worked our way through it. And it took a long time. The whole idea of the shift is for us to be able to bring it to you faster through mentorship, through coaching, to show you how you can actually skip the pain that you see me in here. You know, this whole time, I just wanted people to be able to see me, respect me, and understand me. Have you ever felt that way? Because on the inside of every single one of us, there's a very beautiful, I call it your higher self or your soul song, who you really could be in this world. And I know that we all strive for that. We all strive to be good people. We all strive to have achievements, but we keep, even though I tried very hard, I couldn't get the results.
Well,
And
before you go to your next slide, not to interrupt you, go to this one behind with the Chargers game, the last one. That right around the same time you were there, I had just had a worldwide show come out on MTV, and I was so broke, you guys. Even though the world knew who I was standing in the food bank line in Chinatown in Manhattan trying to get some food for me and my dog. I didn't have any, and here I was, the face of MTV, playing in over 60 countries in different languages, my show, and I was broke, and I was miserable, and I was addicted to sugar. So I put on a happy face. I just didn't throw a picture up there of me. I put on a happy face, and I was miserable.
didn't you say that, okay, so you were famous.
Yeah.
You had a show. And didn't someone that recognized you from your show see you in the food bank line?
In the food bank line. They were walking by, and I was like standing there like this, moving forward in the food bank line. And they said, Cristy Code Red from MTV's Made. And I was so humiliated.
You didn't want to turn around. You're like, not me.
I did, like, no, not me.
me.
I had a hat on and sunglasses even.
And if you guys know Cristy, the dog always eats first.
That's right.
So,
She does, yeah.
so yeah, you had to make twice as much. All right, so yeah. You guys have been there, right? It's not like, sometimes we're lazy. Sometimes we procrastinate. Everybody does that. But it's not like you haven't tried before. You've probably tried other programs. You've probably tried to really exert yourself, and it just doesn't work. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because your identity and what you want is not aligned. And that's what the shift does. That's part of what the shift does. So we figure that out as we go. There's a long struggle along the way. I could not get the results. So finally, I reached a point, the wall, right?
Yeah.
I think we've all, I don't know, maybe you guys have all been there too.
We always say you're so low that you reached up to touch the bottom.
Yeah. Wow. I've never heard that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you reach a point where you decide you can't take the pain anymore, right? So it's like the pain reaches so much that you're just like, I'm done. I can't do it. I'll do whatever I have to do. So at that point in my life, I began the search for my higher self, for my best life. And I literally was like, I don't care what it takes. I'm willing to do it. Did you have a point like that?
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. I know we're not comparing stories. I'm not going to go into them, but I've got some pretty bad down and out stories where I was really down and out. And I think that a lot of times you guys see us like this and you don't realize we were just like you.
Yeah.
We totally get it. Our hearts, we understand where you're coming from. And a lot of you guys, even right now, even though the 21-day shift has been working for you, you're still dealing with quite a bit of pain. And we see you. We love you, we're helping you out of this.
Absolutely. So after years of struggle and searching, I realized, guys, this was a big epiphany for me, that everything I ever wanted came from inside of me and not externally. I realized at that point that I was actually the creator of my life. And that's one of the tricks that these nefarious powers that are in this world play on us. They tell us, hey, you're separate, you mean nothing, it doesn't matter what you think, but you're actually creating your life as you go. So whatever shows up in your life, one of my favorite quotes is, circumstances do not create the man, they reveal him. And that's by James Allen. And so what that means, guys, is whatever you have around you is your scorecard as a creator. Like, look around you. There's probably some things you like, some things you don't like, right? There's probably a lot of things that you have desire for that you just don't know how to get. And so as a creator, as you can develop that and realize that you are in the driver's seat, this is the epiphany that I had. So I started taking control and started going from there. These are all the books that I read. I love to read. People ask me, what is your hobby? And I'm like, to learn. And they're like, what?
Have you read The Code Red Revolution?
Oh, you ain't gonna bring that up on stage.
Sorry.
She has 7 books. I've only read about 0.1 of them so far, but I'm working on it. All right. So I set out to learn everything I could about religion. I love studying all this stuff, guys. Self-improvement, meditation, you named it, read hundreds of books. The more I learned, the more I realized how much I didn't know. It was this weird thing because in a point in my life, I thought I was pretty well-versed. I thought I kind of knew a lot. Like I was a little bit arrogant. And then I reached this point of knowledge, and I'll never forget it. I got to this point, and then all of a sudden it just dropped. And it wasn't that I knew less. It was just that I had created an awareness around what I didn't know. And so you guys have heard me talk about to focus on what you don't know that you don't know. That's where the whole world is. 99.99999% of everything you're looking for is outside of what you already know. One of the biggest problems we have, and this is hard to hear, is that we're arrogant. And you think you already know everything. And you may hear something even today. You may hear it right now and be like, oh, I've heard about that. Or, oh, I've read those books, or whatever. And there's always more to learn. Even a bum on the street can teach you something, guys. So you have to have an open mind. And that was an epiphany for me as well. So read all those books. Still wasn't really having the success I wanted. I became confused because there were so many different pathways. It was way too much information.
Yeah, we talk about this. Too much information. You get saturated, don't you? And you don't know where to turn, and you don't know who to trust and who to listen to, and which, and these books, colorful, cover of the book. I mean, which one do you trust? It gets overwhelming.
Yeah, I heard someone say that information is like a knife, man. It chops you up into little pieces and leaves you powerless. That's why a mentor is so important, because you got to look and you got to see that the mentor has what you want. And if they do, you got to be willing to follow them and take action. All the information, there's no excuse anymore, guys. I mean, you can literally Google how to do anything. You have all the information, but why aren't you still achieving what you want to achieve? That's what you need to think about, right?
I know why.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So with lots of trial and error, we developed a protocol that brings fast results with only 15 minutes a day. A lot of you guys are already using it, and you know that it works. And as I mentioned before, using the shift protocol, I went from dead broke to a net worth of over $1 million in less than 1 year. I want to give you a minute too to talk about kind of what happened for you.
Yeah, and I started using the shift, but I didn't even know it was the shift. It was only when I met Brad that I truly started to really hone my skills and get a strict protocol, like what we taught you. So I was on Idaho State food stamps, and I had a great product, but I didn't understand how to monetize. I didn't even know what the word monetize meant, and I didn't understand the power of the internet or anything. So I went from food stamps to my first million in 1 year, and then I hit 10 million at the 3.5 year mark. And the first month, I think I tripled my income, and I remember making, and I know I don't mean to bring this up about money and stuff, but still, right. I mean, that's like, this is something, you guys. I made $22,000 in 7.5 minutes, and it was because I had to switch my thoughts and switch my words and switch everything that we teach you. And that's how it all got started. But it was only when I started doing the shift. But of course, I didn't know what I was doing now.
Yeah, I want to add a little bit of color to that story, because you've talked to me about this in detail. And if I remember right, you were in a little storefront in downtown Boise. You were trying
basement.
to get. Oh, it was in the basement. I know that.
Okay,
basement.
So, and you were sad, Brad.
You were trying to get walk-in traffic.
Yes.
And you had the product of the Code Red lifestyle. You had the product, which is obviously worth a lot of money, and she just didn't know how to do it. But what happened that you failed to mention is someone came into your life, right?
Yeah,
a mentor, right?
Yeah, a mentor like what we are to you guys came into my life, and she sat down and she said, you have $1 million business, and she said, but you just need to change some things. And I did not believe her, so I had to borrow her belief, just like what you guys are having to do with us right now.
And didn't you have to come up with the money?
Yeah, I had to borrow you guys $100,000. I had to borrow $100,000. Yeah, $50,000 to write my first book and $50,000 to create my 10-pound takedown. It was like all the money in the world. I couldn't even make the payments on it. I barely it was rough.
Wow. So you had a lot of belief.
A lot of belief.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so moving on here. So after 15 plus years, and literally, guys, I did suffer for 15 plus years. I think hers might have been a little bit less time, but I discovered the hard way that I was actually creating my life the whole time, but not the right things. So I'm telling you right now, whatever's in your life, you are creating. You're already doing this. They just usurped that information from you and told you, oh, you have no responsibility for what shows up. It's reality, That's not true, guys. You are actually creating your life. So if you've been struggling, these are some of the reasons why. You're not understanding why you fail, obviously. The chips are stacked against you. We've talked about that. They literally have us in a vice, man. It feels like a prison sometimes. I know how that feels. They are interested in holding you down. Why? Because they profit from your sickness. They profit from your from your taxes. They profit from all the stuff that they're doing to compress you down.
Yes.
But who you really are is so much bigger than they will even let you know. So if you've thought that that's true, guys, you're right. The world is set up to keep you struggling. That is the setup. You have to literally do something. And the shift is the easiest way to do this, to actually come up out of that prison and escape the matrix, because we literally are. And hopefully, I couldn't even talk about that 3 years ago, but now that all this stuff's happened in the last couple of years, we can explain to you guys, and you can kind of start to see that there is nefarious things that are holding you down. So
yeah, I think everybody can kind of agree to that. I think we all can. We're all a bunch of smart folks here. Yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah, and with the right tools, I want to say that you can succeed, and that's knowledge. But what's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, guys? Knowledge is having the information. We talked about information that can cut you into little pieces. But wisdom is taking that information and assimilating it into the right actions. And that's what we've done for you with the shift, and made it really, really easy to get your goals.
No more clawing your way through this. I think that's what a lot of us have done. We've just struggled, and we've just clawed our way through this. And everything you've got is such, it's just taken so much force.
Yeah.
And we're taking that part away. We're making this very doable, much simpler.
Yeah, so what we're teaching you guys is how to actually tap into power, your innate power that's hidden from you. What you're used to doing is using force. So Power versus Force is a great book by David Hawkins. But as you check this out, you'll realize that you've been using force to achieve your goals. You believe, I'll let you talk about this.
Yeah, so my parents, that's funny. My parents used to say that to us girls. And Mom, if you're watching, I'm sorry, I'm not dogging on you. My folks did the best they could. But the way that we were raised was you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit. And you just accept whatever life has given you. And you don't really do anything about it. You just kind of follow the social norm, and you graduate, you get married, you have kids, and you just stay in that same town. And and there's nothing wrong with that if that's you. It's just that that's fine if you choose that, but if you're just told there's nothing else, then you kind of accept that, and you get what you get. You don't pitch. We were just taught never fight against anything, just accept it.
Whatever you guys do not follow the social norm.
No.
That is the worst thing you can possibly do in this day and age. Working jobs you don't like, everyone can relate to that. Some of you guys are doing it at this moment.
Right now.
I know we've had some jobs in our past that were hard. Trying harder only to see minimal results. Like, we've talked about this, guys. There's times when you've really tried. Like, you've gone out and you've really done the things and it didn't work.
Well, let me jump in and say, how about heavy people? We talk about in the 21-day shift and Code Red how exercise has nothing to do with weight loss, right? Well, we've all seen heavy people in the gym, and they're busting their butt. Heavy people are not lazy. Those of you guys who have a weight problem, you're not lazy. You're just going about it the wrong way. So a lot of trying harder with only seeing minimal results. That's a heavy person in the gym trying to exercise off their weight problem. Ooh, don't get me started. I want to just preach. Come on. Yes.
All right, we're going to keep going. All right, putting your desires on the back burner while you try to survive. You ever feel like you just have to, it takes everything you've got just to survive?
Yeah.
The bank account empties every single month. You have to go to work to refill it, and then it's gone. It's like, when am I going to create something? Right?
Yeah, you're barely. Yeah, everything you've got inside you is taking care of other people, and so you got that dream brewing inside of you, and you guys all have that inside you, but you don't let it come out.
Yeah, and what happens if it doesn't come out? You lose valuable time as your dreams slip away.
Yes.
It's like, I believe it's Les Brown that says, imagine for a moment you're lying on your deathbed, and all of your dreams are standing around your bed, and they say, we came to you, and now we die with you. And guys, even worse than that is your children watch all of this, right? So what is their life going to be like?
Yeah, that won't be me. That won't be you. That won't be us.
It's heavy, but we're trying to get you to understand the value of yourself and how important it is to take action. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you in just seconds how to accelerate your shift and start living the life of your dreams. So we've
I'm excited about this because I get fired up just talking about this with you.
Yeah,
You can't help but get fired up when you're around Brad.
It's really fun, guys, to do this. It's so fun for us to be able to do this because of what happens to you guys. We call you creators because literally the creator inside of you gets reignited.
Yeah, awakened.
And we watch you like start to have all these cool things come into your life. You used to call them coincidences, but now you realize that you're creating all of it. So today we're going to go into the 3 secrets of how to accelerate your shift and create the life of your dreams. So, secret number 1 is thinking big and knowing your self-worth. It all starts and ends with you. Learn how to know your true value so you can show up better for others. What do you want to say about that?
Yeah, that's really powerful. You guys know how I feel about this. I do not like when the mommy martyr attitude, the people that, the moms that think it's a badge of honor because that you put yourself, my kids come first, and then, and you're
excuse.
sick and your dreams are by the wayside and you're withering away to nothing because you're putting other people first and, you can't show up for others that way. That's not effective. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that. We're going to go into each one of these in detail. So, secret number 2.
That's Brad, by the way, telling me to take it down a notch.
I'm like, don't tell that story yet because you got to tell it in just a minute.
I'm getting excited, you guys know. Sorry.
All right, so secret number 2 is empowering your visualizations, how to supercharge your visualizations and have the right visualizations for success. We're going to show you how to do that. Number 3 is how to overcome the obstacles in your path because obstacles are not what you think they are. How to overcome obstacles that in the past, quote, stopped you from achieving your goals, but not anymore. So you ready? You ready to get into
I'm ready.
this?
Let's just keep going or I'll keep wanting to stop and talk about these.
You're gonna be talking here in just a second. So, okay, secret number 1, thinking big and knowing your self-worth. It all starts and ends with you guys, like we talked about. Learn how to know your true value. What is your true value? That's been hidden from you. I can tell you right now, it is infinitely bigger and infinitely more vast than you could ever even grasp with the human mind. You are worth so much, and as soon as you can realize that, the world needs you to show up, and everybody wants you to be your best person, especially the people in your life. So I'm going to let her tell a little bit of this story about these pictures and a little bit about self-worth.
Yeah, and this is, of all the 11 years I've been coaching weight loss, this is the biggest thing that I deal with my clients is just not feeling like they're worth it. I didn't feel like I was worth it. I tell you, I know that picture of me with the long hair, you guys don't believe me. One day I just shaved it into a mohawk. You don't believe me. But I was sitting in my car and I was broke. And I was on Idaho State food stamps, and I didn't have any money. I used my last little bit of money. I think it was, $1.06 for a cup of coffee? I don't know if it's like that now at McDonald's. I haven't been to McDonald's in a while, but they got really great coffee. And I went to McDonald's, and I got a cup of coffee with literally the last dollar I had in my wallet. And I was so miserable in that picture, even though it's a great picture, and some of you guys like my long hair or whatever, and I was kind of smiling at the camera. Oh, guys, I was really, really miserable, and I was sad, and I felt hopeless, and I didn't know how to claw my way out of this because I didn't understand what we're teaching you. I mean, really, when we say just bypass what you see in that picture and go right for what we're teaching you, really save yourself years of heartache. I don't know what to say about the fighting picture. I mean, there I am fighting.
It's a crazy transformation. And I do want to mention, too, that even though in the picture on the left you were having a lot of problems and, maybe your life wasn't that great, but your selfie game was still good.
Yeah.
You've always had that going.
That's funny.
All right, guys. So you are who you hang around with. People you choose to associate with determine a lot of where you're going in this life. And that's the reason that you're in this shift. You're around the right people. You're around Cristy and I. And trust me, if you stick around with us, you will rise because we will not give you another choice.
Oh, my gosh. No way. And by the way, you guys do this already with your kids. You limit the kind of people that your kids can hang around, but you ain't doing it with you? I mean, Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. I love this. I love this. You are the sum of people that you hang around. I just messed up the rest of that quote, but you guys can see it.
Yep. Who you hang around with is really important. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is how are you showing up for the important people in your life? And I'll let you talk a little bit about this one.
Yeah, I've been coaching weight loss for 11 years now, and I deal with a lot of women with children, and I have a real problem with this, guys, and I make no bones about it. I don't like that you guys put you do this badge of honor, that you stay up late and you worry all the time, and you think it's okay to do that because that's just part of being a mom. That's just part of being a parent. Well, do you honestly think you're giving your family your best self? Do you honestly think that you're showing up for your partner? So here you are, you joined with this partner, you made a commitment to them, and now you're letting yourself go. You're not taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally,
financially.
And you're not. What's that one?
Financially.
Oh, financially. Ooh, yeah. And that's not okay, but it's just, you accept it. You think it's all right because, I'm just working hard and trying to claw my way through. Bull crap. And I call bull crap on that whole attitude, and I want to see it gone.
Yeah, it's the same reason they tell you to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Yeah. Guys, this is another huge lie in this society, in this culture that's we're brought up in, is that, it's selfish to put yourself first. Guys, you cannot be something to someone else unless you take care of yourself first. And then all those people that are watching that you're setting examples for.
And that doesn't mean you're putting others last when you put yourself first. That's another thing that's a bunch of baloney.
Yep. Okay. Secret number 2, empowering your visualizations. How to supercharge your visualizations and have the right visualizations for your success. So for me, guys, it took a lot of practice. I had to first learn the power of visualization. And I was actually just watching, I'm a big fan of Nikola Tesla. And I was just watching one of his interviews today. And he was talking about how visualization is the most important thing he ever did for all of his inventions. So that should tell you the power of it, guys. And I had to, disseminate so much information and go through so much stuff to figure out the right way to do it. And some of you guys don't know, but I still do a lot of yoga, and I used to teach yoga. And yoga was a big part of my journey because it really slowed down the ego in my body, like to where, there is a place for ego, but it allowed me to get into touch with more of my feminine side and realizing like what was important and clearing out my mind, which was a major, major help in visualizing and achieving goals. So yoga was a huge part of my life. So how powerful is visualization? What's Einstein say?
Yeah, it says visualization is more important than knowledge. That's a hard one to wrap your head around, that it's more important, because we're not taught this. Well, and nobody ever teaches us this.
I can tell you guys that knowledge comes from visualization.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you have to understand is your imagination is stronger than reality. Your imagination creates reality. So what you're thinking about is actually moving particles. If you look at the double slit experiment on YouTube, and I know some of you guys in our group has looked that up, you can see that when you're observing a particle, it behaves differently. So you're actually shaping reality. And that's what these masterminds, they understood. And the reason that you don't understand it is because it's been intentionally pulled away from you. The information's been completely pulled away from you. And this one's another one from Napoleon Hill, an amazing person. If you get a chance to study him, I've read every one of his books. It's phenomenal. Hold a picture of yourself long and steady enough in your mind's eye, and you will be drawn towards it. And guys, that's visualization. That is one of the most powerful tools we use in the shift.
This is also the biggest thing that people are asking about in our 21-day shift. They're constantly asking us
how to do it,
to do it, and how to do it better.
Yeah, and that's because you don't practice it, right? We've talked about it. It's like building a muscle. It takes time, but I promise you this. If you can build your visualization and you can actually learn to visualize the things you want in your life, it will be the most powerful catalyst for change in your life that there possibly is. I know that sounds crazy. That's why we call it power versus force. Instead of going out and swinging that hammer at the job, sit down, do your shift, visualize what you want, and that is so much more powerful. Okay, so how do you improve your visualization? Well, like Cristy said, it's new to a lot of people, right? Like it's a subject that is becoming more prevalent in the mainstream, but most people have never done it. The best way to do it is through a group, guys. I mean, and that's what we're here to offer you today, is a group environment where you can, interact with different people and you can actually get coached by Cristy and I every single week so that you can ask the questions. Am I doing the right visualizations? Am I doing the visualizations themselves correctly? Right? There's so many questions, and it's such a...
I'm constantly asking you
Right.
about to help me with this. So this is, the coaching is huge. I got my own coach here, but but you guys, and you'll have us as well. But if I ever need clarification, I go to Brad and I make sure that I'm doing, and you're going to need help.
Yeah,
You're going to need help.
Okay, so here's a bunch of testimonies. Maybe you guys recognize some of these people, but obviously the shift works, guys. We've got just tons and tons of people shifting 75,000, getting on stage, vacations, new job promotions. I think that gal in the middle won a beauty pageant. It just goes on and on and on. We literally have pages and pages. I think we got another one later on in this slide, but we just want to show you guys that it's not a question of if it works. It's a question of if you want to work it.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Okay, number 3, and then we're going to give this one back to Cristy in just a second, is overcoming obstacles in your past. So how to overcome obstacles that in your past have stopped you from achieving your goals. And I just want to say, who the heck is that beautiful woman?
That's a lot different the way I look now. I know.
No, you look the same. You look the same.
No, it's okay. I got it. I know. I had a dream of competing in a bodybuilding competition years ago, and I did it 21 years ago, and then I decided to do it again at all these years later. And everybody and everything said I couldn't do it. They said I was too old, that I was washed up, that I was a has-been, that I have a back injury that would prevent me from training, that I couldn't do it in enough time, that I didn't have the right coaching, that I didn't have the right show, and that no one would want to watch me, and that my hair, if you guys noticed, I mean, I was one of the only girls that actually have short hair. That's actually docked points in the judging, and I didn't care. Wow. I had to overcome all of that to be able to get on stage and compete, and I was in the top 3 of one of my classes. So actually I placed in, as you can see, I placed in the top of 3 of my classes. So it was,
That's amazing.
I had to be my own cheerleader, and I had to overcome so many negative people. Even some of my family members were like, what are you doing? Like, aren't you look fine the way you are. And why do you have to do this? And I went through complete hell for 7 straight months, and I'm glad I did it, but almost nobody was on my side.
So obstacle-wise, like you'd probably almost like kill for a cheeseburger at some point.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I had back injuries. I mean, everything from trying to run my company, that was the size of Code Red, trying to run it by myself and trying to train for this. I mean, it was obstacle, one right after the other every single day. Even just getting up to even train was an obstacle. It was hard.
Yeah, guys, obstacles have a bad connotation, but really what an obstacle is, I guess I'll read these first because you're probably reading them. So obstacle is the path that becomes the path by Ryan Holiday. He wrote a great book called The Obstacle is the Way. My favorite quote, or what I like to say, is recognize an obstacle for what it really is, an opportunity, right? So what happens in life when you draw things into you, source or God tests you and says, okay, you want X, show me you can do B. And most people say, B, I'm turning around.
Yep.
I had it, and then they'll use B. It's like an excuse. Oh, I can go tell my husband, hey, I tried this. Or I'll go tell my wife, hey, I tried this, and B got in the way, so I quit.
Yeah.
So obstacles can be an excuse, right, for the week.
Yes.
But the obstacle is the way. So when you have an obstacle in front of you, think of it literally like a step. Maybe it's a step that's as high as this stage. What do you got to do? Well, you got to go get a ladder, okay? You have to figure out a way to go over the obstacle because the obstacle is the way. So how do you do that? Again, you do it through coaching, and that's what we did in our example. Like, what did your coach teach you?
You see that picture of that award? I never would have been able to get to that level had I not had a coach. In fact, I added it up earlier before we came here.
Oh, that's right.
$350,000. $357,000 I've spent on coaching just to get to where I am today.
Did you say 357?
357,000.
Okay, because I've spent a ton of money on coaches, guys, and I I think I told you my number, so I think you might have done. Mine's 350,000.
Oh my
So
gosh!
I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
And I'm not
That's
exactly. I mean, I'm super proud of it. Some of that, I got to be honest with you guys. There's sometimes when I paid $10,000 here, $25,000 here. I paid $25,000 to work with Grant, but and that one I actually used. But there's been other times when I've let the obstacle stop me. I paid the money, and I'd be like, well, this, and I made excuses, and
I've gone to conferences where I've dumped thousands of dollars to get there, and it was nothing, and it was a waste of my time. It was a waste of my money. I was away from home, and for nothing.
Well,
for nothing.
It wasn't. Maybe your attitude was incorrect.
Yeah, maybe my attitude.
And maybe you could have actually learned from it, and maybe it's what you exactly needed.
Okay, maybe not, but it's a lot of money, and
Yeah, I mean, for the stuff that I didn't do, it was I just didn't follow through on it. So I've been there, I've done that, but we spent a lot of money on coaching. I can say that coaching has given me by far the biggest shortcut in life.
Yeah.
One time, I'll tell this story real quick. One time I got a coach when I went from making a ton of money, lost it all in 2008 in the real estate crash. I've been in real estate for 23 years, and I lost all that money, and I became a firefighter, which was a great time in my life. But as I was being a firefighter, I'm like, I got to keep doing real estate. So I went out and I paid $10,000 for a mentor named Joe Crump, and I became his top student. I bought 21 houses in 6 months with no banks, no credit, and none of my own money. And all my firefighter friends were like, what the hell is wrong with you? They're just like, they didn't even like it. So I just want to give you that example because I went from dead broke to making a ton of money, and I did it through a mentor. So that's super important. Okay, more examples of all the people that have been helped.
You would have to be dead in the heart to not shed a tear when you read some of these. I mean, some of these are so incredible. Lives are changing like crazy.
Yeah, that's my friend there that got up on stage. She'd never been on stage. She was terrified.
Aww.
She got up on stage and just did really, really well.
Oh, look at that.
Down in Austin, Texas. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so let's just review here real quick. We went through the 3 secrets of how to accelerate your shift and create the life of your dreams. Number 1 was thinking big and knowing your self-worth. Just remember you're worth more than you could ever know. Number 2 is empowering your visualizations and how important those are. Number 3 was overcoming the obstacles because they are actually the path, right? And guys, we can literally tell you with 100% from the bottom of our heart that if you follow our lead, then Cristy and I can guarantee your success. It's not a question of if it works. It's a question of if you're willing to do it, if you're willing to follow our lead, that life is right there for you. It is completely available for you.
I don't really have anything to add to that. That was excellent because it's so true. I mean, really, the only thing that holding you back is just if you're just going to be lazy about it or you're going to follow it. We're great examples of it working.
Yep. Okay, so let me ask you a question. If you know the system works. You've seen it work for Cristy and I. You've seen all the testimonies. If you know that you and your loved ones, more importantly, are worth it, then what is the only thing that can stop you? What do you think it is? You are the only one that can stop you. And guys, that's been the case. That is what I call radical personal responsibility. And you have the tools. You can't tell me you don't have the tools. We will give you the knowledge, and you bring the action, which will create wisdom, and you can create anything that you want. All right, guys, so we want to introduce you to why we're here tonight. We want to help you achieve the life of your dreams, and to do so, we have created, drum roll please,
Yeah,
Cristy.
drum roll. I don't have it. I just got to, I'm going to do this right here.
The Shift VIP.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you guys a little bit about why we created the Shift VIP. Like as you're walking out of the darkness into the light, when you're realizing this new knowledge, the path can be a little bit rickety, right? Like there can be, look, you can see that second step there. Maybe you're going to fall off. Maybe you're going to need a coach. You're going to need some help.
That's a rolled ankle.
Yeah, it could be a rolled ankle. You're going to need someone to help you back up. And the truth of the matter is this is a new path for most people because it's been occluded. It's been hidden. It's been nefariously hidden from you guys. So as you walk this path, having someone with you, and that's what the Shift VIP does, is going to accelerate your results and bring to you the life of your dreams, whether that's health, wealth, or relationships or all three. We've got people shifting for all three. Everybody's in a different place, so it's whatever's important to you right now.
Well, before you go to the next slide, I want to say that I have, in the 11 years I've been coaching in weight loss, I can tell you that the coach is the number one biggest difference it's made a difference with my bodybuilding competition. I couldn't have done it without a coach. My business couldn't have done it without a coach. The coach is the number one biggest thing, having a coach.
It's huge, especially for the shift, because the shift is uncharted ground.
So it is uncharted ground. That's perfect.
Yeah, it
That's
definitely
perfect.
is.
It's the first time I've heard you say that like that.
There you go.
That's
The
perfect.
pathway into the light. I mean, who talks about this?
Yeah.
That's why this is so rewarding for me, guys. And I know it's rewarding for Cristy too.
Very.
This is literally like, I'm just going to say this. This is the best possible information you can possibly learn and then hopefully teach to your children.
Yes.
This is the pathway into the light, the pathway into abundance,
This is
the
the
pathway
answer.
out of scarcity. And I know that sounds like it's a lot, or maybe I'm overspeaking it, but I can tell you that with 100% certainty. This is why I was put here, was to bring this information to the public and free you from that prison that we're all in and escape the matrix.
Yeah, this is the answer.
Okay, so I'm excited to reveal what's in the Shift VIP.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. So
I know you guys are
what
ready.
you're gonna get? I left it kind of slain because I thought you'd be doing
I
this
love
slide.
that. What you gonna get?
Okay, so the 21-day shift video archive. So most of you guys are in the 21-day shift right now. We do archive that group, and we just want to make it available to you. If it does ever close, we don't know that the videos are going to be available. So inside the 21-day shift, you have all the information on how to do the shift protocol. I mean, it's loads of information. It's over
So much
It's like
information.
30 videos
Oh my
and
gosh.
downloads and all kinds of stuff. So we want to make sure that that's in a vault. Actually, that's what I was supposed to say, video vault. But in a vault so that you have it with you and you can use that, because that's very,
access
very
that.
important.
Yeah, 100%.
$297 value. You know, I think you guys maybe paid less than that, but it's worth so much more than that. So there it is. You're going to have access to everything that's in there. What else? Okay, so we got the 21-day shift video archive, and boom, 4 group coaching calls monthly with Cristy and Brad. So one of us, sometimes both of us, are going to be on a call every single week with you guys. And you don't know how hard I had to twist this girl's arm. She's like,
Because when I had my business coach, I paid him $5,000 a month, and I got 1 call a month with him.
wow.
That was it. 1 call.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're giving away 4. I mean, this is a lot with both of us, with all of our combined years of doing what we do.
yeah, and we I'm just going to tell you guys right now, we overloaded this thing.
Yeah.
Like, we way overdid it, so we're probably going to cut it back
Probably
the
gonna
next time. But
yeah.
anyway,
It's a lot.
It'll be good for you guys, though. So anyway, 4 calls a month with us, right? So that's going to be awesome. Imagine being able to ask us anything you want over the next 90 days. This is a 90-day period for the VIP, and essentially you can load up your questions and ask us anything you want, whether it's about visualizations,
Yeah.
whether it's about weight loss, whether it's about what foods
Yeah.
to eat,
Body,
anything
mind,
that
and
you
spirit.
want. Body, mind, and
All-encompassing.
spirit. Yep. Okay, so let's go back. We got more. So again, we have the video archive. We have the 4 coaching calls with us. And then boom, here's another one. And this is a lot. Okay, so 4 group Q&A calls with Coach Andrea. So total value so far
Yeah,
is
we're getting up there already.
$8,291. And a lot of you guys know Andrea.
Yeah, let me.
You know her really well.
I do. She's absolutely incredible. So she lost. She's been a Code Red certified coach for years.
Yeah.
So she understands the body portion of the shift. She is certified as a master's level practitioner of the NLP. She is certified in hypnosis, timeline therapy.
Yep.
She is absolutely incredible. We were handpicking which coach we wanted for this program, and there was nobody better qualified than her. So she comes with the whole package.
Yeah, she understands more than just the body too. And
Oh my gosh.
I mean, she's super good with the whole thing. So.
Yeah, everything.
Okay, so let's review. So we've got 21-day shifts, all the stuff in there. We've got the calls with Cristy and I. You've got the calls with Coach Andrea. So that's 8 calls a month. That's 2 calls a week. Like, tell me you're not going to get this support. But
Yeah.
just in case you don't get it, We're also adding 90 days of daily encouraging messages from Andrea. So she's going to be getting on there. Hey, guys, make sure you did your shift. Let us know if you have any questions. And basically every single day encouraging you and giving you that accountability you need, which is priceless.
Well,
People love that, right?
And remember, it's body, mind, and spirit. So she's going to be encouraging you 3 times a day on all 3 of these fronts.
Yeah.
So it's all encompassing.
Yeah.
It's going to keep you on track with the whole thing we're going for. Not just one, it's all 3.
Yep. So
that's everybody's favorite.
yeah, I think it's 1 to 3.
Maybe 1 to 3.
Yeah.
I like to do 3.
She'll probably do 3, but okay. So already we're at $12,288. Don't worry, we're not going to charge you that much. But
Yeah.
I think that Cristy wants to, but no.
I do. I'm just like I do. I think it's worth it. I think we should charge them that much. Yeah.
So day-to-day accountability, it's what we just talked about. We kind of got ahead of ourselves there, but yeah, I mean, guys, life happens.
And it's live, by the way, to your phone right then. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, life happens. So just having that reminder each day of what to do is priceless. Okay, we're still building this stack here. So we've got the video archive, super important. We've got the calls with Cristy and I, which is huge. We've got the calls with Andrea, this total of 8 calls per month, 2 per week. The 90 days of messaging. And then we've got an onboarding call with Andrea, which is separate from those other calls. So get you guys started, make sure you're up and going. And this is an actual one-on-one call. So you'll be able to...
No, it's a group onboarding call.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it says group onboarding call. So,
So,
well, I'll just tell you, I don't want her doing one-on-one. I mean, it's going to be in the group. But we do these with Code Red, and so now she's going to be doing these with Shift. It's not Code Red, but only Shift. And she's going to get you set up. And these are really great for people who are just getting started because you get to ask all your questions. You get to get lined up and ready to go. And I believe I don't know, I think she's going to do them on Sunday, and that Monday start, you're going to be ready to go. It's going to be great.
Awesome. So you get all the support you need. Okay, going back through this again, we got the 21-day shift. We've got the 4 calls from Cristy and
Notice the font is getting smaller.
Where do you see how much stuff we get on here? So 4 group Q&As with Coach Andrea. We've got 90 days of voice messages. We've got group onboarding call. What's next? 911 call. What is that?
Yeah. That's exactly what it sounds. It's kind of a use it or lose it situation to where if you are in an emergency situation and you need someone to talk to right now, you have that chance. I think that is so valuable. I know that I've had situations where I needed to get on the phone with Brad. Brad had got on the phone with me, and we just talk you off the ledge.
Yep, super, super helpful. Okay, 21-day video archive. We talked about that. 4 group coaching calls, 4 more calls with Coach Andrea. 90 days of daily voice messages, group onboarding with Andrea, the 911 accelerator call. Use it or lose it, guys. You get 1 per 90 days. If you don't use it, you lose it. And then what's next? Oh, you get the AVT, so advanced visualization techniques.
Everybody freaking loved this, and some of you guys didn't get it.
Yeah.
So now you're going to get it.
So again, we talked about the power of visualization, how it's super important. It is probably one of the main pillar stones for the shift. And having the techniques and some super powerful words. First, there was the word. Super powerful words that you use in your shift is also super helpful. And bottom line is, guys, it just makes it happen faster for you.
Yep.
I mean, that's really what this comes down to.
That's what this comes down to, is Amazon Prime fast.
Yep.
That's what you guys want. That's what we want. Why not? Let's get going with this,
Okay, so again, we're going to go through it. So 21-day shift video, 4 group coaching calls, 4 more group coaching calls with Andrea, 90 days of daily voice messages, group onboarding call with Andrea, the 911 call, the AVT. I don't even remember what's next. Oh, my gosh.
Come on. Oh, this really is all-encompassing. All right. So we are going to do a fully customized nutrition program for you. If 88% of this country is overweight, then roughly 9 out of 10 of you want to lose a little bit of weight, and this is what's going to do it. So you're going to get a fully customized program that I'm actually going to write for you. That's going to give your customized calories, your macros, your water. Your water, your goal weight. I'm going to give you a full instructional manual, a full instructional video, all the tutorials you need, everything you need, because a lot of you guys are you're having great results in the 21-day shift, but you're not having that 10% of your body weight off every month. Yes, you can get 10% of your body weight. Everybody knows how to do that third grade math, right? You just move that decimal point to the left one place, and that's how much weight you can lose a month with your customized numbers. So once you get those numbers, all of you guys are going to go, oh, now I see what I was doing wrong. There's no way, we leave no stone unturned. So you're going to be losing weight and feeling great in addition to all this other stuff happening.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Okay, so.
It's a lot.
Okay, so, and if all this did for you was finally get you to lose that extra weight, let me ask you, would it be worth it? What do you think?
Yeah, and by the way, I can get almost everybody to goal weight in 90 days.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so if
So
all
I think
this
that it'd be
did
worth it.
was help you manifest better health, would it be worth it? If all this did was give you more money to live your dream life, would it be worth it? So we went through the stack. It keeps getting smaller because we're not done yet. Here's all the stuff that you're going to get. And then Cristy's like, well, let's give him more.
Well, I want them to do this, you know?
So far we're at a value of $13,876. And then she says, bonuses? And I'm like, what? What else do you have?
Yeah, what else have we got? Oh, we've given them everything.
What do you actually have? So now we're going to go through the bonuses, guys. So here are your bonuses. Total bonuses value is $941. So you get,
we're going to do 3 months of daily coaching group. So what you're going to do is once you get your customized numbers, we're going to put you in a group where we have coaches that coach 7 days a week that are going to help you through any situation that you have. Wow. So not only do you have access to Andrea as your coach, you have access to my whole staff of weight loss coaches. If you get stuck, if you need help, if you need ideas, whatever is going on, they are going to help you through that 7 days a week.
Jeez.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at that value, I'm like, God dang it. I mean,
that's a little bit low, right?
It just feels a little low to me.
Well, I'm just thinking like, well, how come I'm not signed up for these? All right. Okay, keep going. This is more.
So then you get 3 months in Ringside. So what is Code Red Ringside? Code Red Ringside, we call it Ringside Seats because Ringside is the best. Ringside Seats the best seats in the house. So Code Red Ringside is a membership in Code Red, where I go live 3 times a week. You have access to prizes. You have access to all kinds of support, education, information, and love.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's fun. You should come in Ringside.
I will.
What's Eating You Emotional Eating course is a course that my dad, Larry, put together, who's an LCPC. And it
what does that mean?
A licensed counselor. Well, I don't know what the LCPC stands for.
Practitioner or something?
Yeah, something.
Okay.
It's a licensed counselor. And my dad's got 2 master's degrees. He's incredible. He's retired now, but he created this course because most of us are emotional eaters. Hello, I am too. And so you're gonna have access to that.
And if you have problems with what to eat.
Yep, we're going to have the Code Red Cookbook, the 4th edition, is over 2 pounds, over 350 recipes in there. It's got an index. It's got kids, desserts. It's awesome. You're going to have the Code Red Cookbook.
Oh, I'm going to talk about this next one. So the shift and the Bible. So a lot of you guys are religious, which is great. And I think that we've talked about this a little bit, but everybody's asking me, like, where's this written, right? And we have a full list. It's going to be on PDF.
Well, we did this. Brad is doing this just for you guys because of the what people are saying in the group.
Right.
Because this is kind of what you've been asking for. So Brad stepped up and he created this just for you guys.
Yeah, and it just validates what we're doing. I mean, I realize that the shift and the visualizations can be a little, as Cristy would say, woo-woo or seem a little bit out there. But when you see the scriptures that actually back it up,
right,
you're going to be like,
that was a game changer for me, by the way.
Even thought about it that way.
Yeah, that was a game changer for me.
Yeah, and it was for me too. I mean, no matter how religious you are, I think we all know that the Bible's got some really solid stuff in it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So when you can tie that back to, you guys will see, I'm getting goosebumps because you'll see, I know that for some of you, this one thing right here is going to make all the difference in the world. So
and we don't offer this, by the way, any other place.
No.
We have not sold this to the public. We didn't offer it to you when you signed up. Nobody gets this. As of right now, you're going to get it.
Yep. Okay, and then the Shift Journal, which has been a total hit. We sold...
Holy crap. We sold
can't even keep them stocked.
400 or something of them over the
we
last
sold
month?
more than 400. Yeah.
Maybe it was more. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so guys, the journal's been amazing. We've actually just upgraded it too. We don't know, we don't know exactly when the new upgraded one's coming out, but it's going to keep improving, and it has 100 days in it, so you want to have a couple of them if you already have one.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to stay in track. Just each day you have a journal. It shows you exactly what to do, gives you all the instructions.
It takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out what to do, because a lot of times we shift in the morning, and sometimes we wake up, we're awake. When we're up, we're up. Like, we're ready to go. We're morning people.
4
But
a.m.
maybe 4 a.m. I know, but maybe you might need a little bit of help. Your brain might not be working. That's what the journal does. It keeps you on track.
Yep. And then the Shift water bottle,
Brand new.
Shift specialty decal.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun things.
So it's a lot of swag. So those,
lot of
let's see,
swag.
the last 3 you guys actually get physically shipped to you,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, with the cookbook as well.
Oh, okay.
So the cookbook, the journal, the water bottle, and the specialty, that'll all be shipped to you from our shipping warehouse.
Cool. So it comes up to total bonus value of $941.
Mm-hmm.
Brings our total value to $14,817. Let's call it 15 grand. You get all this stuff. I mean, I can't even. My thumb's getting tired.
So much. You need to take a break from the button.
We're almost done. Okay.
Almost, and
That's it.
there you go. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. Look at all that stuff.
That is a lot of stuff.
It's every single thing they're going to need.
It is. Yep. Okay. So right now you guys have 2 choices. It's time to get a little bit serious. I mean, you have one option. You can stay the same and spend the rest of your life wondering who you could have become. You can be that person on the deathbed with not only your children standing around, but all of your dreams, and just having that defeat and not knowing what could have been. And I hope that is not you.
Well, I will tell you that is a lot of them, that the days are slipping into years, and they're saying that in our group. They're saying the time has just slipped by, and I just haven't done anything.
Make the most out of what's left. And you have the second option, which is, this is simple, guys. It's either right or left, right? So second option is take action right now on this limited opportunity of a lifetime, making the most of your life that you have left to live. I mean, how much time you have left?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know. Tomorrow is not promised.
So what's good health, more income, and better relationships worth to you? Can you even put a number on it?
No.
We mentioned earlier that one of our members has already shifted for $75,000.
Oh, I will say that one of my rebels in the past spent over $14,000 on failed diets.
Wow.
And never got her anywhere. So I know that a lot of you guys will spend a lot of money on losing weight.
Yeah. So how much would you pay to get the life of your dreams? I mean, it's almost a rhetorical question. I mean, it's if you follow through with this, you can literally do anything that you want. So, let's see. So what is the true cost?
I can tell you it's either pay now or pay later. I mean, it's coming for you. It's coming for you. Either you stay the same and continue to hide behind your kids in family photos, another holiday, another Thanksgiving, another plane seat that doesn't fit, another seatbelt extender, all this time going by, and you are just, you're living the same way? Really? You're going to let more time go by now that you even know a better way?
Yeah, you guys have to realize this isn't a cost, it's an investment. Really, the opportunity cost of missing this opportunity is where the cost is. That's how you end up on the couch, as that guy is. And
sick.
And you've already done it. You felt it. I know I can feel the pain. You guys have felt it. We've all felt it. We've all been there. So this is your opportunity to get out of it, to invest in yourself. And obviously, you can see why it's a good deal. It's more closer to $15,000 for the general public. But because you guys are special, you're already in our 21-day shift. We can get you started now for just, how much do you think it's going to be?
Well, I hope it's half. I hope it's like, half maybe.
So half is what?
Half
7,000?
is 7,500.
Okay, guys, it's not 7,000. It's not 5,000. It's even less than that. We're going to do it for $19.97 today. And all you have to do is go to the 21dayshift.com/VIP. And you will be in. But I will tell you that we literally only have a certain amount of spots open. We only have 40 spots that are available, so it is first come, first serve. This will sell out fast, guys. We're putting this out to almost 700 people.
Because we want good quality coaching and we want good quality products. Yep. And so if we overload our coach and our coaches, they can't give good quality. So it's going to be good quality for 40 people.
Yep.
That's it. And the price, by the way, is not going to be that low again. I'm cringing. Like, no, this will be it.
Yep. So get in there before the spots are taken. So the real question is, are you ready to take making a change in your life seriously? Because that's what this comes down to. Are you committed? We talked about that earlier. Are you worth it? Hopefully you understand that you are, and your children are worth it. You will not get an easier path to what you want than using the shift protocol. So all you got to do to get started is go to 21dayshift.com/VIP and go back through all the stuff you're going to get.
Look at all that stuff. It's a thing of beauty watching those pop up like that.
It is kind of fun.
It also makes me kind of cringe a little bit because I'm like, my Lord, they're getting so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy.
We definitely overdid it, but the value is, there's no question that it's worth the amount of money we're charging and more. Oh,
Yeah,
and the decal.
And a decal. It's going to be cool.
All right. So for the first 40 people only, guys, 21dayshift.com/VIP. And guess what? We've got financing available.
Yeah, I believe we are offering that through ShopPay, and you can set up making payments with them, so you don't even have to come up with all the money all at once. So you can check those out when you guys get to the checkout page. That'll be available. Just click on the little icon that says ShopPay.
21dayshift.com/VIP. $19.97. Come join us, guys.
I know we do have I know that there's going to be a big question here. The question is, when does this start?
Yep. So it's going to start right when you sign up. This is going to be continuously running. There'll be people coming in, people going out. So you'll get started right away.
It starts when you're ready.
Yep. And we're delivering everything on apps you guys are familiar with that you're already using. We have support there, coderedlifestyle.com/help for when you need that. What other questions do you think they might have?
A lot of them have asked, what if I already have a home study program? Well, if you already have a customized program with Code Red, I'll probably redo another one for you. I'll go ahead and just give you a fresh one, and we'll get you all the fresh information and make sure that you got up-to-date numbers and you're ready to go.
Yep. Sounds good.
I think that some people might ask, do I pick a coach? No, you don't pick a coach. Andrea is your coach, and we're going to be in there as well, offering you some group coaching. But Andrea is your coach.
Guys, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I truly mean that. Take advantage of this. You are worth it. Don't let this slip you by. Step into it. Step into your higher self. Step into who you can become. And let's go, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys are watching this right now, and you have this feeling in your gut. Your gut is right. I know what you're thinking, because you're starting to come up against all this resistance, or you might be like, well, what if I can't? What if I can't? What if you can? This is life changing, and how much longer are you going to wait? I can tell you the price is not going to stay down that low, because as the shift becomes a household name, we're going to have to continue to charge appropriately. But for you guys, right out of the gate, we're doing this for you. This is remarkable.
Another thing to consider is what happens if you don't.
They're going to continue to get sick.
Where are you going to be 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Where are you going to be 10 years from now? Guys, for the minimal investment, you can totally turn that around. So the pain of staying where you're at is so much more expensive
way more
than the minimal investment.
Yeah. It's pay now or pay later, because it's coming for them. If they don't take action now, what's your option? We know it waits you, and we don't want that for you. We want this for you.
Okay, I think we're going to fill it fast. Good job, girl.
All right. Yeah.
We'll see you guys.
We'll see you soon.
See you on the inside.
Thank you so much for listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you are looking for some hardcore accountability to get and keep this weight off, look no further, because I've got VIP Connection. This is the ultimate connection to me, just short of me sleeping on your couch. You're going to get 3 daily messages from me in real time directly to you. You're going to submit your weight every Friday. We're going to go over it in a weekly meeting on Sunday nights, and I'm going to give you feedback. You'll have access to a monthly VIP breakfast with me in Boise, a monthly VIP supplement box, access to any workshop, any PDF promo that I hold for that month, you'll have access to the Ringside membership. And best of all, you'll have a fully customized nutrition program written just for you. We're talking about over $3,000 total value for $397 a month, and you can cancel anytime. Go to CodeRedLifestyle.com/VIP to check that out.